So these are my 30 sentences for learning activity 13, starting with chapter 11. When my friend went to the hospital, the doctor prescribed him with a certain type of corticosteroid. Corticosteroid. The thyroidal gland is located in the neck and is made of two lobes located right under your Adam's apple. Thyroidal. There's a man in the hospital that I met that might have to get a lobectomy to get his liver fixed. Lobectomy. Adrenalitis is when you have inflammation in either one or both of your adrenal glands. Adrenalitis. A person could be experiencing glycosuria if they are releasing glucose from their urine. Glycosuria. Diabetes insipidus is one of the rarest types of diabetes, and it can affect the way your kidneys function. Diabetes insipidus. If a woman begins to grow hair in places that men usually grow hair, then she may have hirsutism. Hirsutism. Being overly thirsty or constantly drinking are signs that you may have polydipsia. Polydipsia. Gynecomastia is when a man begins to grow boobs because of his hormone balance being off track. Gynecomastia. People that have myodexemia always have very waxy and oily skin, and this is due to their thyroid glands not being as active as they should be. Myodexemia. Alright, chapter 12. An aneurysm can be very painful and deadly because it is a fragile part of an artery that can break at any time. Aneurysm. A person that has brain damage may also have aphasia, which restricts you from understanding people's words and from speaking words back to them. Aphasia. If you always have had a headache, then you might have cephalgia, which is a bad syndrome of having headaches. Cephalgia. Delirium is when you are in a bad state of mind while you are drunk or sick. Usually, while experiencing delirium, you are very restless. Delirium. Anything affecting, related to, or that has to do with the brain is known as encephalic. Encephalic. The medullary cavity is the most important part of the bone, and it is where the red and yellow bone marrow is located. Medullary. Myelonic is anything that is on or has to do with the person's spinal cord. Myelonic. When the bottom part of the heart beats very rapidly, the condition is called ventricular tachycardia. Ventricular. Neuralgia is a group of cells in the body that help support and form neurons in the brain. Neuralgia. Anesthesiology is a branch of medicine that is usually used when a patient is about to have surgery. Anesthesiology. Okay, this is chapter 13. Anything auricular is related to a person's hearing or their ears in general. The conjunctiva is the moist membrane that lines the inner part of the eyelids. Conjunctiva. Over Thanksgiving break, I job shadowed an ophthalmic surgeon and I got to see him help patients with their eye problems. Ophthalmic. If you want to get fitted for new glasses, seeing an optician would be the best thing to do. Optician. One of the patients was complaining about having inflammation inside their ears. The doctor diagnosed them with tympanitis. Tympanitis. Pelvic inflammatory disease and salpingitis are very similar, as in both have to do with inflammation of the fallopian tubes. Salpingitis. One of my classmates was dealing with amblyopia, which means his eyesight was decreased for the time being. Amblyopia. Ophthalmology is the treatment and study of shortcomings as far as the human eye. Ophthalmology. The patient constantly complained about being farsighted. He was later diagnosed with hyperopia. Older patients that have farsightedness eventually begin to deal with presbyopia because of them losing elasticity to their eyelids. Presbyopia.